why we say customers are always right. If the customer slaps you, I'm just so sorry. Let the customer, because that same person that did rude to you, we go out there and say one or two things about you. Oh, I slapped her. Somebody said there are very humanly way to handle it. That's why excellence has to do with the quality of service to human, to you yourself and to the other human. And here's a very big thing I'm going to tell you. A person that does not have a value for himself or herself cannot have value for others. Simple. You cannot have value for others if you never have that value for yourself. If you honor yourself very well, you're going to honor others. That's how life works. We're a reflection of who we are. Simple. Do we get that? That's good. So if you value yourself, you wake up very early, you exercise, nobody else can. Now, that's one of the things that adds value to your time. You know that you want to live 100 years. Because funny enough, most times people start getting, people start becoming what? Tens and hundreds of millions of dollars in their mid-ages, 45, 50 and above. At that time, you start really enjoying what money can buy. At that time, you don't want to die again. Yes. You know, when you're younger and you're poor and you don't have money, you think about it, maybe we should just leave this world and be going. The moment you have all that you ever wanted, you can eat anytime you want, any food, you can taste any cuisine in any part of the world, you don't want to die again. You wish for more time. Yes, sir. Now, before that time comes, you should, if you're going to live more and you want more time, you should start preparing for it right now. That's exercising. Now, if you wake up every morning and you do exercise for like 30 minutes, nobody can put you under pressure, can put your time under pressure of coming to an office for 7 because you already put a value on that time. The 7 to 7:30, 7 to 8, this is what I'm doing with my time, and because it's worth a whole lot to me, because it is worth 10 more years added to your life, then that means nobody can force you out of that time. But if you will force me out of that time, then that means you want me to pause whatever I'm supposed to do, then that means you must be able to pay something for which I can use to buy that time back in another way. So that means if you pay 10 million for that 1 hour, I can go and take that 10 million and travel to a very nice, backside of the United Kingdom and be in a calm environment that increases my longevity. Do you understand? Something must be exchanged for that time. Now, unless there was a value on that time in the first place, an activity, productive one, then you cannot know what value that time is worth in the first place enough to be able to exchange it. So, but if you're the kind of person that just wakes up at 7, roams about, think of what life. So when somebody says, can you please come and do it for me at 7 a.m.? And say, I'm going to give you 50,000. Say, oh, yeah. And you run to the place. Because there was no time on that time. There was no value on that time in the very first place. Do you understand? Do you get it? Another thing is, let me put a balance to this. Choice. I put a value on my time, but now I'm choosing to give you that time. That's even because I know that one way or the other, you're going to give me back that time later on. So let's get that balance. Now that's excellence. Excellence is value. Highest quality. Yes. Highest quality of a human's life, your life, human's life. Do you understand? If you serve yourself very well on a very good plating, you put value and honor, you will not serve somebody less. Right? If you understand why a person should not eat too much and you don't eat too much, you will not serve somebody much food to their detriment. Do you understand? Quality, if you put value on yourself. So Africans don't often do this. Africans believe, I can just rubbish anybody. Do you understand? Believe, what customer is that? If you check people that send customer away a lot, they're very rude. They are never really big. They're never really extra successful. Go check. Go check. This is real. They're probably having 10 customers. They've sent 5 away. They'll be struggling with life. But the people that adores customers, because customers is the life of the business, by the way, we have other sessions we can talk about that. They keep on getting big because one day you are a tailor, second day a customer is giving you an oil well. That's a customer that you're taking care of. That's where I told you that what you might be looking for might be, I want to become the largest textile producer in the entire world. But because you're on your goal and you understand excellence, life gives you an oil well. It speeds up your arriving at owning a textile. Do you understand? When you're on the good journey, when you're on a journey, when you're to a goal, life adds more benefits to you. Normal. It happens now. That's how everything works, because everybody wants to get attached with whoever knows where they're going. And that means they're attaching with you with resources, opportunities, and people. Oh, I heard you're building a 50-story building, a skyscraper. Can I help? Can we pay for an entire floor? That's how life works. Why? They want to attach to somebody that is doing great things because they believe that it will come back in turn for them later. Whether they believe it or not, but yes, they believe that it will come back to them in turn later. That's why the rich do themselves favors, so that later you can return the favor. You should be in, somebody should be in your debt. Or else, because that's one of the things, that's why we say there's 7 currencies in the world, money being the least of it, for which you can buy a thing. I don't see why anybody here should ever go hungry again or lack food in your house. Why? You don't have to always have money to buy food. If you have relationships, people who are indebted to you, at a very primary level, I said that you're not just spending money, don't just spend money, invest it. And here's what I mean. Invest it in relationship. Don't buy, let me give you a very good trick for those of you that have people that you buy things from. Don't buy from many persons at the same time. Buy from one person that is good to you. Do you understand? Buy again and again. Pay even before even needing it. So that by the time you don't have the monetary currency with you to buy, the relationship can buy for you. Can buy you time by giving you what you need. People will gladly give you and say, oh, mommy, and I need a bag of rice. I have a party. But I'll be able to give you the cash sometime in the end of the month. Yes, you will have the cash by that time. But you can't wait till that time to be able to do what you need to do right now. So the person has to buy time for you. So, but because you've been coming, your reputation is already down. Your relationship with the person is there as investment. Why not? Loxley, take it. I know you will give me. Because you've established a relationship over time. That's the secret for you never going hungry again. Time. Time. You're trying to buy time every time. So invest. Invest in people. So this guy is having a restaurant and is going to have the next bigger restaurant in the future. Go to his initial restaurant, buy from him, buy again and again. Make friends with his staff. If you can't meet him, then make friends with his staffs. Suggest to them what they can do better. Then he will know you. By the time he has the biggest restaurant, he will remember you. And that can be a very big opportunity for you. So I once knew somebody who has a restaurant worth 20 million when it was starting up. Now he has a restaurant worth 200 million. And it gives me the same privilege as it gives when it was having the small relationship. So I walk into this restaurant and he sees me coming in. I don't even have that much asset as he has. And he stands up, says, the coach comes to give me a hug. Because he didn't just know me now. We've been coming. That's value on humans. Now, that's excellence. Resourcefulness, using the very little things you have to get what you want. Maximizing the very little things you have. I need a studio. Let me tell you something. The moment this place gets crunchy, we need a big studio. It will come. Why? Because you want to make human lives better. But first, resourcefulness starts from, how can I use this place first? If I say, okay, this place is small, but you never start, the big one is not going to come. You have to start from here and produce the best quality from here. Then people see it, life sees it, reality sees it, and rewards you with a very large space. Okay? If you have done it in that small space, come and do it in the big space. And don't get this wrong. I'm not saying that somebody will see it necessarily. That's where we make mistake. We always attribute our help to a third party. No. The biggest help you have is yourself. Your mind opening up to bigger ideas. So I've served you in a very small space, and I see the production is good. And I say to myself, I think we should be able to take 200 persons inside this place more. My mind opens up to, to what number now? 200. Then I go out looking for a space that can take 200 persons for a seminar. The biggest help you have is yourself, not other persons. Do you understand? What can you do with what you have? Because you already have a goal, which is materialization documentation initially. Now you start thinking of, what do I have? Because actually, all you have currently can give you all you need. But it has to be in the maximization of what you currently have. You have a time in the university right now. The freedom you need after the university is dependent, highly dependent, 90% dependent on maximization of your time in the university. Those of you that have been in the university and have graduated, you understand that now. If you have done more with your time in the university, you have more results right now. Right? That's how it works. But it's not too bad. How free you will be, what freedom you have with your time, the value you have with your time in the next 2 years, the end of the year, will matter in how you use your time right now. The few days from now, do you understand? So it really, really matters. Maximization of the current immediacy, brings massive results. Brings massive. I have this rule. I said, if what you have right now does not produce the next thing that you need, you've wasted what you have. And I've tested this rule with a lot of persons. If what you have right now, so when I add my phone should be able to produce my laptop. When I have the first laptop, that laptop should be able to produce the next one. Do you understand? When I have my legs to walk, my legs should be able to produce a motorcycle. A motorcycle should be able to produce a car. And funny enough, life is so good that you can jump from the leg to the car. That's how beautiful life is. That's how it works. But I don't have money for transportation. Can my leg do the work? That's why you're having 2 legs, not one. So you can walk far. You go where the cars can't go because you don't have the money. Go with your leg. When you go there, guess what happens? You have what we call traction. You've done something before when you had less. Your mind is open. You meet new people. You meet opportunities. Then your mind opens to the fact that I need a car. Then that becomes another goal. Now, the fact that I need a car, it's first a dream, right? When you then write it down, it's materialized, right? Through documentation. Then you start processing it. By first putting these things in place. Then there's something called vocalization. Let me tell you something. Everybody that you know must become a point of marketing what you want to accomplish. Because actually, I said to each other, everybody becomes the books they read and the people they meet. See, don't imagine greatness for yourself. No. Don't imagine greatness for yourself if you're not willing to meet new persons, read new books. You just imagine in vain. If you're not willing to write it down, document that thing, and then meet new persons, read new books, forget. Forget about it. Because it gives you the possibilities. It tells you what is possible for you. Do you understand? And then, here's what meeting new persons do for you. You want a car, but the only idea you have of wanting a car is buying it, paying 7 million, paying 8 million, and you don't have 1 million. But when you meet somebody else, they give you an idea of how to buy a car. Like for me, I had to read Jim Ovia's book, Africa Rise and Shine, and I found it inside the book, how he got car in the very early days. And in 3 months, we got 2 needed for the work. Now, I'm not buying luxury car right now because we don't need it. We have work to do. So we need an SUV and a small sedan to get around the SUV to get load on our team to places. And I'm enjoying it. Do you know why? Because I needed that thing by choice. Now I've gotten it by choice and by knowledge. Do we understand? Do we understand? So where does vocalization comes in? When you have a goal written down, Because you need people to know about it so that you can find the person that can tell you how to get it. You have to start. One of the simplest way to get the word around is to say it. People then say it to themselves. And the Africans were beaten out of that idea through the idea of witchcraft. When you tell somebody, oh, they will just bounce on your dreams. Who bounces on something that is not yet tangible? Nobody. We should be delivered from that. Nobody. Somebody says, when you have not said what's in your mind, nobody knows it. Yeah? Which is a very big truth. And when you have said it, the devil knows, oh, come on now. Will you rest? The devil, the guy is busy.